23,772. We have the 5-box break of 24/25 Upper Deck Series 2. Clear cut base for Calgary, Mackenzie Weegar. On tour speckle for Edmonton and McDavid and Draisaitl. And a welcome aboard for Montreal of Lane Hutson. On tour for the Flyers, Konechny and Tippett. Young Guns for Nashville of Roy. And Ulala for the Islanders of Ilya Sorokin. Canvas of Radko Gudas for Anaheim. Young Guns renewed for the Rangers of Adam Fox. And a Portraits for Anaheim of Cutter Gauthier. That would be so cool, Floor. Outburst base for Tampa of Michael Asimont. Young Guns for New Jersey of Seamus Casey. And an Electricity for LA of Kopitar. Canvas for Calgary of Blake Coleman. Young Guns renewed for Detroit of Sider. On tour for Colorado of McKinnon and Makar. Portraits for Edmonton of Connor McDavid. Young Guns for Carolina Ponomarev. And an Ulala Bobrovsky for Florida. Number 2/100 exclusives base for Seattle of Tolvanen. Dazzlers for the Islanders of Sorokin. And a Young Guns renewed for Edmonton of Draisaitl. Portraits for San Jose of Muka Medulin. Young Guns for Detroit of Johansson. And a welcome aboard for Tampa of Connor Geeky. Canvas of Timo Meier for the San Jose Sharks. On tour for Columbus of Fantilli and Johnson. And an Electricity of Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa. Electricity speckle for Philadelphia of Travis Konechny. Young Guns for San Jose of Jack Thompson. Playlist for Chicago of Connor Bedard. Canvas of Jack Hughes for New Jersey. Bang for your puck for Pittsburgh of Erik Karlsson. Electricity for Detroit of Lucas Raymond. On a heater for Detroit of Kane. Siplakov Young Guns for the Islanders. And an Ulala for San Jose of Vanacek. That's the teaser. We're building up to the Celebrini. Box 2. Tour for Boston, David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand. Young Guns for Columbus of Cameron Butler. And a playlist for Boston of David Pastrnak. On tour, Black Rainbow of Kaprizov and Boldy for Minnesota. Dazzlers for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes. Young Guns renewed for Boston of David Pastrnak. Portraits for Arizona of Josh Doan. Brian Halonen Young Guns for New Jersey. Electricity for Chicago of Connor Bedard. Canvas of Brock Besser for Vancouver. Young Guns renewed for St. Louis of Tage Thompson. On tour for Nashville of Forsberg and Yossi. Playlist speckle for Chicago of Bedard. Young Guns for Colorado of Callum Ritchie. Electricity for Dallas of Wyatt Johnston. Canvas for Nashville of Forsberg. Portraits for San Jose of Celebrini. Welcome aboard for the Rangers of Brennan Hoffman. That is a tough choice. Personally, I like the look of the clear cuts. I'm just a fan of those cards. But the outbursts are also quite nice. Bang for your puck for Vancouver, Philip Roenick. Patrick Giles Young Guns for Florida. Ulala for Columbus of Elvis Merzlikins. Fluorescence for Calgary of Jan Kuznetsov. On a heater speckle for Pittsburgh of Malkin. Electricity for Pittsburgh of Nashville of Forsberg. Portraits for Boston of McAvoy. Alexei Kolosov Young Guns for Philly. And Linus Ullmark Ulala for the Ottawa Senators. Canvas of Jonathan Quick for the Rangers. Bang for your puck for Toronto of Matthews. Playlist for Toronto of Matthews. Outburst base for Ottawa of Shane Pinto. Young Guns of Patrick Koch for Utah. Welcome aboard of Seamus Casey for New Jersey. Canvas of Hossa for Chicago. Young Guns renewed for Vancouver of Pettersson. And on a heater for the Rangers of Panarin. Box 3. Portraits for Tampa, Connor Geeky. Jackson Blake, Young Guns for Carolina. Electricity for Tampa, Braden Point. Playlist for Edmonton of Draisaitl. Dazzlers for Florida of Barkov. Young Guns renewed for Ottawa of Brady Tkachuk. On tour for Dallas of Johnson and Johnston. Young Guns teammates of Matvei Mishkov and of Ivan Fedotov for Philly. Welcome aboard for Philly of Cutter Gauthier. Sorry, for Anaheim. Canvas, Charlie McAvoy for Boston. Young Guns renewed for the Flyers of Konechny. And a Portraits of Ovi for the Washington Capitals. Ooh La La Speckle for San Jose of Vanacek. Young Guns for Tampa of Connor Geeky. Playlist for Pittsburgh of Sidney Crosby. Canvas of JT Compher for Detroit. On tour for Pittsburgh of Crosby and Malkin. Ooh La La for Minnesota of Gustafson. Portraits for Anaheim of Zellweger. Young Guns for Colorado Steinberg. And an Ooh La La of Vanacek for San Jose. Clear cut base for Nashville of Luke Shen. On tour Speckle for Montreal of Caulfield and Suzuki. Welcome aboard for Tampa of Connor Geeky. On tour for Carolina of Aho and Sveshnikov. Young Guns of Andre Lee for LA. And an Electricity for Ottawa of Brady Tkachuk. Canvas for Ottawa of Shane Pinto. On a heater for Anaheim of Troy Terry. And a playlist for Chicago of Bedard. But you're a Detroit guy, right, Floor? Young Guns teammates. Outburst of Gauthier and Zellweger for Anaheim. We have a Prishapov Young Guns for Colorado. And an Electricity for Detroit of Lucas Raymond. Young Guns renewed for Carolina of Martin Nietzschis. We have a Bang for Your Puck of Parayko for St. Louis. And a Vasily Podkolzin Young Guns canvas for Carolina. Vasily Ponomara. What name did I say? Because it was not that. What did I say? Yeah, Podkolzin. Yep. Just making up names. Well, it's not made up, but you get it. Box 4. Tour for Columbus of Fantilli and Johnson. Albert Johansson Young Guns for Detroit. Ooh La La for Edmonton of Stuart Skinner. Bang for Your Puck Red, number /99 for St. Louis of Colton Parayko. Dazzlers for New Jersey of Heischer. Young Guns renewed for the Rangers of Shesterkin. On tour for Vegas of Stone and Hurdle. Young Guns duel between San Jose and Philly of Celebrini and Mishkov. Canvas for Washington of Tom Wilson. Young Guns renewed for Nashville of Forsberg. On tour of Patrick Kane for Detroit. Thank you, Floor. Ooh La La Speckle for the Islanders of Sorokin. Siplakov Young Guns for the Islanders. And welcome aboard for Minnesota of Ogren. You guys are so sweet. Canvas for Colorado of Middlestad. Muka Medulin Portraits for San Jose. Electricity for the Rangers of Chris Kreider. Exclusives number to 100 for Minnesota of Kirill Kaprizov. Portraits of Cutter Gauthier for Anaheim. Leroux Young Guns for Nashville. And a Wallstead welcome aboard for Minnesota. Clear cut of Dadonov for Dallas. Bang for your puck speckle of Jack Guy for Montreal. And an electricity for Pittsburgh of Malkin. Yes, exactly. They're more of like a baby blue, I'd say. Bang for your puck for Pittsburgh, Erik Karlsson. Young Guns of Jack Thompson for San Jose. And an OV playlist for Washington. Canvas for Vegas of Pietrangelo. Portraits for Edmonton of McDavid. Playlist for Colorado of McKinnon. Outburst base of Brock Besser for Vancouver. Ponomarev of Young Guns for Carolina. Ulala for Tampa of Vasilevsky. I'm building the suspense. It's in the last box. Young Guns renewed for Vancouver, Brock Besser. On tour for Philly of Konechny and Tippett. And a Young Guns canvas of Daniil Missioul for the New Jersey Devils. All right, Abby, it's in the last box for you. Let's get it. Boop. Portraits for Carolina of Nadeau. Seamus Casey for New Jersey Young Guns. Ulala of Freddie Anderson for Carolina. Number to 250 deluxe base for LA of Turcotte. Dazzlers for Vegas of Jack Eichel. And a Young Guns renewed for Boston of McAvoy. Bang for your puck of Evan Bouchard for Edmonton. Maverick Lamoureux Young Guns for Utah. And electricity for Montreal of Cole Caulfield. On tour for Ottawa of Tkachuk and Stützle. Young Guns for Calgary of Klapka. Playlist for Florida of Barkov. Canvas for Florida of Verhaeghe. Young Guns renewed for Tampa of Kucherov. And a portrait of Dahlin for Buffalo. Electricity speckle for Ottawa of Brady Tkachuk. Young Guns for Pittsburgh of McGroarty. Welcome aboard for St. Louis of Bolduc. Young Guns renewed of Svechnikov for Carolina. On tour for Anaheim of McTavish and Zegras. And a program of excellence. Canvas of Joshua Roy. Portraits for Philly of Mishkov. Kapanen and Young Guns for Montreal. Electricity for Arizona of Keller. Canvas black and white of Morgan Riley for Toronto. On tour speckle for Colorado of McKinnon and McCarr. And a Ulala for Anaheim of Gibson. Canvas of Dylan DeMello for Winnipeg. On tour for LA of Kopitar and Moore. And electricity for Florida of Matthew Tkachuk. Canvas for St. Louis of Binnington. Portraits for Chicago of Nazar. And a welcome aboard for Chicago of Nazar. And last pack mojo. Outburst base for Seattle Matty Beniers. Oscar Black Young Guns or Oscar Back Young Guns for Dallas. And an ooh la la for Toronto of Joseph Woll. Alright, quick random on the dual Young Gun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The right side's got it, which is Philly. There we go.